All right, folks, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. You see where I'm at. You OG folks know where I'm at. We're at EFI Specialties, and here's what's going on. Ooh, we got them Kelltracs, folks. So not only do we have Kelltracs in the front, now we're gonna have them in the rear. And here's a little snippet of what's to come of someone else's car. I'll keep it a secret. Not that I don't think it's a secret, but all right, so we're gonna measure where we're at now.
We are looking
what, 28 and a half?
28 and an eighth, it looks like from here. Let me see if the other side's the same.
Yeah, I think we're sitting a little crooked too. We can fix, we're gonna fix that too.
Well, sometimes with the weight of
Yeah.
things in the car. That's the center line there. It's not that far crooked, believe it or not.
Ah, good.
28 and an eighth.
28 and an eighth. So that's where we are. We plan to bring it up probably about I think an inch and a half, I think is fine. Just to bring it up some so it's not, the tires aren't hitting. Because you can see, I don't know if you can see it now, I think I took most of it off. Some of the rubber, and you can see it just barely hitting the tires from the track.
Well, here's the takeaway.
So we're also going to weigh the Kelltracs, and then we're going to weigh the spring and shock and rubber from here to see if we're picking up any weight or losing weight.
We're going to lose weight. I know that I can just tell.
Right.
But what I want to also give you on this whole situation, with the way you're squatting right now, you're still hitting a lot of negative camber.
Right.
You're gonna have a higher contact patch when we bring it up. So ideally we'd want like a half a degree of positive with a race car.
Right.
And I know you're still like a degree of negative right now. So I'm hoping between that and these not squatting as bad, you're 60 foot, maybe getting the 1-2s. Maybe.
Maybe. But I tell you, Sunday, the weather is supposed to be phenomenal. It's like supposed to be 60 degrees on Sunday.
Just take the cowl out to start.
We will take the cowl out.
Because if you go out there and you just run a 1-2 60 foot right out the gate and it runs a new PB, just call it a day.
No, we got to race Steph.
Oh, well, yeah. And
we got to race Mod to Fame. We're going to at least get probably 1 or 2 races with him.
He gave me his predictions on that. One, he called you a bully. He said if I win a 940 or faster, I'd be happy. He said anywhere in the 9s, really.
Yeah.
But then he said, Don's gonna bully me. He said, no matter what, he's gonna bully me.
No, man.
That's
you guys know me. I'm all about a fair race.
No, that's a compliment, though. I mean,
it is. But I'm all about a fair race. His car is fast.
Just first time doing digs.
You know, give him the hit, maybe a tad, and we'll see what happens. He's still got to learn his car. He ain't had that car to the track, so he's still got to learn how to launch and all of that stuff.
You're faster.
But that's going to be a whole lot of. It's going to be fun. So stay tuned for that next video.
You're faster in the 60 to 130. Your car is.
Yeah.
He makes more power according to the dyno. Yours is faster at the track, and I don't know if some of that shifting. Because that little bit could just be the shift.
Right.
And he might weigh a little bit more, might weigh a little less. I don't know. I feel like Donald Trump right now. But my prediction, and what I think you should do, is give him the hit. Once you see his car's not bucking, hit it. Like if he gets a good lead, hit it. Because like I said, the 60 to 130, you're faster, and you're about to be even faster off the line. If you're hooking and he's hooking, give him the hit, and then that way it's a race down track.
It's gonna be fun, and we're gonna make. And if we do one race and I give him the hit and it's not close, then we'll give him a little bit more. Just I would rather see a close race than me just ripping on somebody. Doesn't make sense.
Unless it's someone like Jay, we gotta rip on Jay.
All right, we're gonna lift her up. We're gonna go grab some breakfast. Come back. So we are changing the fluids, putting on the diaper.
Don't jinx us.
Putting on the
Kelltracs. Diaper, so don't jinx us.
Putting on the Kelltracs, doing some measurements, and then we're gonna finish up. So we'll be back. All right, so as Max says, this isn't rocket science. With 2 bolts.
I say it's not rocket surgery.
2 bolts right here, loosen them up. Take the K-member down here. Take out the spring, take out the shock.
Well, I'll show you.
And
Keep the camera rolling right now.
And replace with that. So like I said earlier, we're gonna weigh everything, see what kind of weight savings we get, and
like I said, keep it rolling. Let's see how long it takes to pull that spring out.
all right. Let me know when you're ready, and I'll tell you where we're at.
Oh, you can just put it on now.
I'll tell you where we're at camera time.
Go ahead. Let's start it.
All right, we're at 49 seconds into this segment Apologize, we had a battery death in the family, so we're back at it. So ready, go.
All right. I was taking the second bolt out when he yelled,
battery.
All right. Just like that.
So 9 from 27 is 18.
It doesn't take long. This is blink.
18 and 49 was like a minute, just over a minute.
Yeah. And if I was putting another spring in, it would just be reverse it the same way.
So super easy.
But yeah.
Getting the rubbers out's a different different story.
Well, yeah, these have been in here for how many miles?
Well, we had that one out before. You pulled it out not too long ago to see how nasty it is.
Yeah, but your rear's taking a beating since.
It has.
Damn. All right, I'll come back to that one. I'm gonna pull this out before I put the other guy back in. Figure out what size that deal is.
Now with the new brakes, is that all I would need to run a 15-inch wheel, or do I got to change something else?
I would get the AED ones. You got to run a shorter link here. So the AED one attaches, I think, on this bolt to here, and it's billet. You can get it to.
Oh, gotcha.
It's not cheap, but it's really pretty. Because normally you have to trim this down a whole bunch too. With the AED add-ons, we can just cut this bitch off completely.
Gotcha.
I mean, we could trim it and leave it there, but it just makes it
easier
nicer
to cut it.
Dude, yeah, it's just, you know what I'm getting.
Yeah.
You know what Ghost has. I'll just leave it at that. All right, where was I? I think I need a 15 and an 18 long, and the shock will pop out. So, and then Kelltrac will go in.
Just that simple. Just that simple. Just that simple. Here and here. Boom. Old ones out.
See why these stopped working good. Stark put them in.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, we'll break out a scale here once we get that rubber off and see what we've lost or gained, or I'm gonna say it's a couple pounds lighter.
Let me get Don's guesstimation here. Yeah, I think they're pretty close.
Really?
Yeah.
Want to grab the scales from the front?
All right, I'm gonna grab the scales.
It's recording.
All right, here we go.
What are we doing?
We are taking the stock, well, not the stock, but 9010 Demon Springs and comparing it to the front Kelltracs.
This is what you had on your car previously.
This is what I had on the car before.
This is what you have on the car now. These are just Ghosts.
Yeah, shout out to Ghost for letting us open his stuff up, though we didn't even let him know we were doing it.
Twice now.
Twice now.
Because
I have his on my front right now. All right. So Demon Spring, 9010s, 18 pounds.
Well, they're the Demon Killer Springs from
Demon
BMR.
Killer Springs, yep. I'm sorry, yeah, I should have been more specific.
I think we're gonna lose 4 pounds per side, potentially 6. Oh, hold on, the screen went black on me. Oh, it's still recording.
Yeah, 13 pounds.
So what do we lose? 5 pounds? Wait, well, it was 19, right? Before?
19. 6 pounds.
Yeah, so 6 pounds.
12 pounds, 12 pounds.
So we're a total of 20 pounds down just by doing the suspension. That's crazy. And then this side's about done. I just got to put in the top bolts and check clearances, and
It was 18.
we're good to go. 18.
10 pounds up front. All right, stock stuff.
13 pounds roughly.
Yeah, 13.
All right,
So pull this off, pull this off, pull this off. Lay this bad boy down.
I'm better at this than you. 9 pounds.
9 pounds.
So we're gonna.
So we dropped 4 pounds.
8 pounds total.
Huh?
8 pounds total between both sides.
Yeah.
So
4 pounds each side. Dropped another 8 pounds.
I'll do
Cool.
the Instagram, you do the YouTube.
He was, Mac was much better at guessing than I was, but
Because I said, what I say, 2 to 3 pounds,
Yeah.
I guess.
when I picked it up, it felt the same, but it's all good. We lost 4 pounds each side, folks, just by going to the Kelltracs. So while I'm at it, shout out to Kelltrac, man. These guys,
Kelly's been awesome.
these guys are awesome. I mean, y'all seen what happened with just the long travel fronts. Now we got the rears too. So also shout out to Smurf Built. Helping us out with figuring out where to put these bad boys, because they are dual adjustable. Fronts and rears are both adjustable. So yeah, if you need some coilovers, Kelltrac's the way to go, folks.
Yeah.
8 pounds in the back, so 18 pounds. Still, 18 pounds is pretty incredible.
Still solid. Yep.
Going with the Kelltracs all around. Kelltracs, baby. We're getting her figured out here.
I think it's gonna go like that. I'm gonna knock this
Oh, the zip tie.
zip tie off and stick her on there. Because it'll only go one way because
Yeah.
it's so close to everything. Because
So-
you're adding the spring.
Same thing. Screw it in down here. Screw it in up there. And you're in. You no longer need the bottom rubbers. So there you go. Super quick, easy out, easy in. And once we get them both in, we'll come back with the measurements. Did I get the measurements on video? Yeah. The initial one?
If you didn't, I got pictures, so.
So yeah, so the initial measurement was 28 1/4. 28 1/8, 28 1/4. And keep in mind, my wheels are 28 inches. So that's telling you how close the fender well was to the tire. So our plan is to up that about 1 inch to 1.5 inches, and we'll see what it looks like.
Potentially more because I took degrees.
Potentially more, but we'll
see.
Somewhere around 1.5 inches, 2 inches, somewhere around in there. But we'll give you the exact measurements when we get back. With the light now, because I know y'all yell at me because it's always dark. So I got the light on. Top bolts. Yeah. You can't see the bottom one, but it's down there. But little zip, tug, and we're done.
Other than setting ride heights and everything else. But yes, you make it sound so simple.
It is simple.
And I did clearance. I might not have needed to, but I knocked in the spring perch a little bit right here for anyone purchasing.
Just a little bit.
Just to add a little clearance for the spring.
We gave it a little of the hammer persuasion.
The BFH. Just one whack to flatten it out a little bit. It would not affect returning the car back to factory if you needed to sell it or anything. Yeah. Which I don't think you'd buy $3,000 in suspension to go back to stock, but
no.
People do the most. All right.
So down there's the other bolt right there that we were talking about. Here we go. Boom.
There's plenty of clearance.
Plenty of clearance in the back.
And I got them set in a little bit, you know, because I wanted to be away from the wheel, but
yeah.
This is the lip I was talking about. If you people were wondering, it rolls out a little bit. I just tapped it in because I felt like it would be close to the spring.
Yeah.
So
just for safety's sake.
Yeah.
It's all about safety now, folks.
That's it. And I might even move the mount out just a little touch. So, but it seems like we're good to go.
So, little spoiler alert. I might have said this in the beginning too. I can't remember.
The blower?
No.
Oh.
No, I already told him. I already showed him a sneak peek of the blower. I won't tell you where it's going, but it's a blue car. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. And it's a D1X. So keep that in mind too. Battling it out. But small spoiler alert for those of you that have been on me about upgrading my brakes. We're finally upgrading the brakes.
Not today.
Not today. Next week, and I'll let you know what we got, and we'll do the weight savings and all of that too with that stuff. And they are street brakes. They're not 100% race brakes.
They told me we can carve mountains with them still, but people do it.
There you go. So I'm not gonna tell you which ones I went with, but I got upgraded brakes. So y'all just hold y'all comments on the brakes again, because new ones are coming.
15's coming soon.
And possibly possibly 15s. Possibly 15s in the future, but we'll see.
Max got to get you a sponsor.
Mac's good at selling the sponsorship stuff. So we'll be back in a minute. I think we're okay. All right, so now we got some gap. We got 3 fingers gaps, where before I could barely get a finger. I could barely get a finger. Let's look at the measurement.
29 1/4. So.
And we were at 28.
28
and a quarter.
And an eighth.
And an eighth.
Somewhere like that. A little over an inch.
So I think we're good, man.
Yeah.
Let me
see where it is with this real quick.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna drive it I'll go out the road and back, and
this will be the last thing we readjust if we have to do it.
Yeah.
Get on like a 15-minute drive or something.
Yep. So I think the next thing we'll do is ProCharger oil change, oil filter, diaper, and then we can do the rear diff. So we're trying to change out all the fluids too. Just, you know the deal. Maintenance is key. I'm telling you. For y'all that haven't been following my channel for the past 5 years, 4, 5, 6 years, maintenance is key. Changing your oil, changing your diff fluid is going to save you in the long run, I promise you. I know, you know, mechanics and stuff harp on oil changes. When I first got the car, I did mine every 5,000 miles up to 100,000. After that, I started doing 3,000. And now that I'm doing more races, we may do it a little bit more often. It just all depends, you know, how much racing I do and stuff like that. But the rear diff fluid, you need to do that too if you haven't done it, because it's going to save you in the long run from buying another diff if your oil's bad, if you let your oil go too long.
I need to do mine. Mine's at 65. I think they say it's 50 or 60 to do it. Yeah,
I'm trying to do mine probably every second oil change or so, just because I race my car a lot more than a lot of people do. So
mine's gonna be done like you. I'm with you on the oil changes.
yeah. So like I said, maintenance is key to keeping your car running, keeping it happy.
Let's see what we got here.
So now we're looking at the camber.
92 roughly, and we were at
94 something, 94 and a half.
Yeah,
So we dropped about 2 degrees camber. So now we're probably right about where we want to be, a half of a degree to a degree.
yeah, so it'll settle just a little bit probably.
And it'll settle just a tad. So yeah,
I wanted to be a half a degree positive roughly, so we're probably within the 0 to half a degree range, which is awesome.
We should be good to go.
So car's
all right,
gonna leave a lot better now.
Car's gonna be happy. 1 2 60 foots incoming. Boop boop boop. All right, once we get this back up, we'll do. I'm not gonna record the oil change. You guys know how to do oil. Hopefully you know how to do oil changes. Oil changes and ProCharger oil change, pretty easy. Hang on, I need to open up the ProCharger before we do that.
Your face is all serious.
All right, I'll be back once we get started on the diaper. All right, all the fluids are drained, diff is drained. That's pretty much all the fluid in there. We just got to go get a pump to fill up the diff. We'll put the diff brace back on. Mac is still working on the diaper. So it's a pretty decent fit. There's just a few minor tweaks he's had to do because we think because of the long tube headers. So if they base the design off of, you know, the stock stuff, it's just a little tweaking Mac's doing here to make it fit, and we'll be ready to load this thing up and go for a spin. All right, we got the diaper in. You see it's wrapped around the starter, up around over here. I'm tripping over wires. You hook it up to the block in the oil pan, right up in there. I know I'm blocking the light with the camera. It comes around, down under the oil pan. You can see the little quick releases up there. So that's to be able to do oil changes and such. There's the dipstick. And then over here, it's just getting it up on the block up there and around the starter. And that's it, folks. That's the diaper. Looks real good, looks clean, and will keep me safe if anything were to happen at the track. That would catch all of the oil and hopefully, you know, save Don's life, right? That's what it's supposed to do. But we got a couple more things to do. We got to go get a pump so we can pump in fluid to the rear diff. Then we're gonna let her down. I can put the oil in. Mac's gonna rehook up the Holley because the door was hitting it, so we had to fix that. Put the oil in, put the ProCharger oil in, and then we're off to the races. Alrighty, typical modern red headache day today. We got the rears in. We got the diaper in.
All fluids changed.
We got all the fluids changed.
Some other little things. Tightened up the dumps.
We tightened up the dumps. A couple other things just to check, shake, and bake out before we run tomorrow, a Sunday at Cecil.
That camber dialed out. Got everything
Yeah, got everything pretty well dialed in, and then we go to. Yeah. Oh yeah. We had. Well, I had the big 797 thermostat delete thing. I had the big one in, and we changed it to the middle one because when it's 60 something, 40 something in the morning, my temps only go to like 120. So it's kind of crazy. So it's literally too cold. But anyway,
it works.
It works. We go to start the car. Everything's kind of fine. And I go to turn the car off, and the starter's just, it's just cranking and cranking. After I turn it off, So I tried to, you know, start it again like normal. Nothing would happen. Turned it back off, and it just, this whole time it's burning and burning. I'm yelling at Mac. I'm like, it won't stop. Mac's looking at me, and I'm looking at Mac, and like, it won't stop. So then he's doing something, trying to get the ECU unplugged or something, because we weren't thinking fast enough, really. This is like split-second decision type stuff. And I finally get out, and I'm like, where's the 10 millimeter? Where's the 10 millimeter? So we could pop the battery off. So I'm back in the dyno section where the toolbox is, and I'm looking for a 10 wrench, and I hear it finally stop. So I come back out, and Mac had found 10 millimeter with one of the power tools and disconnected the battery. So come to find out, I can show you on this one. So this little thingy right here somehow got, one, it was loose, and two, got bent towards the starter, and the wire somehow arced between it and somewhere on the car, and yeah, and that's what kept the starter churning. So lo and behold, we had to go get a new starter.
Yeah, the little clip that goes on.
Little clip right there.
So
that little clip right there.
But this one's a little different than.
So it is a little different.
This is on this side on the other one.
Yeah, the solenoid's a little different.
Yeah, on this one, on the other one, it was super close. This part was flipped over here.
Yeah.
So it barely had to fall off and touch.
Right.
So.
But anyway, so what we're gonna do is extra precaution. We're gonna take some shrink wrap. Once we get it connected solid, we're gonna put some shrink wrap around it so that to hopefully prevent that from happening again. So typical, again, modern red headache fashion,
But you got to eat some really good food.
Couple hour job turned into a multi-hour job. So a job we did in what, probably 3 or 4 hours, and now we're into a lot more. But we did have to go back and forth. We had to go find some stuff. We had to get some parts, and we had to obviously drive and go get that. And we had some breakfast, and we had some supper now. So there's some drive time and other things in there. But
really good food, though. Some
really good food was in there too. But yeah, so this turned into literally a 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. We actually got started to 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
The suspension went so smooth. Everything was.
We're not saying it.
No, it was going.
We're not saying it.
Everything else went good.
So we're gonna go for it. Once we get the starter in, we're gonna start it up, test it, make sure it works, and then because we had to disconnect the.
Oh, I'm putting the steering shaft back in. I'm not playing these games.
The steering shaft.
It's working.
I'm in the dark again. So we're gonna start it up, check it, make sure it runs, and then we're gonna put the steering shaft back in.
I'll put the shaft in first.
And then I'm gonna take it for a test drive. I'll take y'all along with me, and then we'll wrap this up.
Mac is over it. Steering shaft is going in.
All right, we're gonna put the steering shaft into confidence. It's all about confidence.
Yeah.